I have a great one for you all today. It is a $10,000 grant. I just want you to take a moment and imagine what you would do if you saw $10,000 show up in your business bank account. What would you spend it on? What possibilities or doors would open to you? I just want to let you know that is the reality when you win a grant. And so if you are new to grants are debt-free funding that you can use to grow your business. And in my book, grants are much better than traditional types of funding, like business credit or loan. In most cases, you have to pay interest as well. And so with grants, you don't have to go through any of that. You get money deposited straight into your business account without having to pay any money back. And today, I'm going to share with you an amazing opportunity to add $10,000 in grant money to your business. And the way you should look at grants is additional cash flow to help you invest in and grow your business. But you got to stay consistent when it comes to applying to grants. And there's 3 key steps that I see grant winners take that separates them from those that don't win grants. And the first step that they take is developing a winning mindset. They go into the grant application with the confidence that they are worthy of winning a grant. They have all the skills and strategy to grow their business. All they're looking for is a little bit of capital. And so it's very important for us to go into these grant applications with the confidence and security, knowing that we are worth investing in.
The second step that I see successful grant winners do, because they want to communicate professionalism to the grant judges, is set up an LLC. And so an LLC stands for a limited liability company, and it separates you personally from your business and is a legal entity that you would form with your Secretary of State. If you're new to LLCs or want some assistance in getting one set up, then you should look into business formation companies. And I personally used Zen Business a few years ago to set up my LLC. What's even better is that you could win an additional $5,000 to this $10,000 grant that I'm sharing with you today if you form your LLC with Zen Business. And so I've left more information on how to get your LLC set up with Zen Business in the description below. But having an LLC before you go into the grant application is what I have seen successful grant winners do. And then we have step 3. You're almost ready to get into these $10,000 grant details, but there's just one more step we gotta do. And that is opening up a business checking account. There needs to be a home for the grant sponsors to send you this $10,000. And because this is a business grant, you want to have a business checking account because it shows you're actually in business. And the best business checking account for business owners that need funding is Bluevine. What's nice about Bluevine is that in addition to a business checking account, you can also get business lines of credit and get a business loan through their SBA lenders. And so if you're looking for additional funding in addition to grants, Bluevine is a great option. And so now that we have a solid business foundation in place, it's time for you to grab my free business grant checklist. This is going to walk you through the entire grant application process so that you're not surprised by any steps when you're applying to this $10,000 grant. And so I've left a link to the free checklist in the description below. And you want to make sure you get your hands on this so that you have the best chance of winning. And so this $10,000 grant is sponsored by the Enthuse Foundation. And this is by far one of the best places for woman-owned businesses to access grants. And so if you're hearing this, you're like, Darcy, are you telling me there's more than one grant in addition to this $10,000 grant? The answer is yes. In addition to this $10,000 grant, they are also offering 7 other grants to woman-owned businesses. And for this year, they are giving out a total of $37,000. Which means that you have great chances to take home free grant money for your business through the Enthuse Foundation. As an organization, they realize that funding is a huge obstacle that stops business owners from growing to the next level. But through their grant programs, they have made a huge difference. And so I say all that to say, the Enthuse Foundation is a great program to get connected with. And so they have over 6,000 woman-owned businesses in their community and have given out over $250,000. Unfortunately, there is a few requirements that you do need to meet. If you don't meet these requirements, that's completely fine. There is another grant out there that is perfect for you. You just gotta keep going. So let's hop into these grant details. Jumping into the first two requirements, you do need to be a woman-owned business, and you do need to run your business as your full-time job. And so if you are running your business as a side hustle, unfortunately, you do not qualify for this grant. In addition, you do need to show proof of funds. And so as you fill out the grant application, it's very important that you clearly spell out how you plan on using the grant funds to grow your business. And then you do have to be a U.S. citizen. And I know people watch my channel from all over the world. Unfortunately, with this grant, you do have to be a U.S. citizen to apply. Next, you do need to have a product-based business. This could be in food, beverage, or consumer packaged goods. To give you some examples of some consumer packaged goods, we have cereal, we have granola bars, we have instant ramen, Lipton tea, as well as some lotion. And so if you have a physical product that customers buy over and over again, then you likely have a consumer packaged good. If you have any questions on whether or not your product qualifies, let me know in the comments below. Moving on, to receive this $10,000 grant, you do need to be actively selling and have an Amazon store in good standing. In addition, you need to have made at least $5,000 in sales on your Amazon storefront, and you will need to provide some additional documents like your recent W-2 and not be a previous Enthuse Foundation grant winner or a pitch competition winner. And so if you meet these eligibility requirements, you are good to go and should definitely apply to this $10,000 grant. So if you're wondering, how can you access this amazing grant? What you're going to do is type into the search bar enthusefoundation.org. It's going to take you to this page right here where you can see a pop-up that says the 2025 grant program applications are now live. And so what you're going to do is click this button that says learn more. It's going to take you to the grant program details. And so as you see, it's going to tell you apply below. You're going to see 8 grants to 8 women entrepreneurs totaling $37,000. You're going to see the eligibility criteria, which we talked about earlier on. And so then we have the grant program timeline. These are the key dates that you need to know. And so it looks like based off this timeline that May is when they're going to decide on who's going to win the grant. So you want to make sure you're checking your emails so that you're up to date on any announcements, updates, or letting you know that you've won the grant, but you do have to respond within, let's say, 24 hours. And so you do want to be checking your email consistently in the month of May so that you don't miss something important. And then June is when they will be announcing the winner. And scrolling further down, that's where we can see the other grants that the Enthuse Foundation is offering. $10,000 grant right here is the one that I focus on in this video, but you got the $2,500 business insurance grant, the $2,500 business tools grant, an additional $4,500 for digital marketing, $2,500 for healthcare, $2,500 for retirement, and a veteran and professional services grant. And so there's a lot of opportunity over here. If you need all of the resources and links all in one place, I left a helpful step-by-step grant playbook to this $10,000 grant in the description below. And so the deadline to apply to this amazingly awesome $10,000 grant is April 28th. And so you have about a week and a half to get everything in order to apply. And so although this application takes at least 3 minutes to fill out, I would recommend you pencil in 30 minutes to an hour so that you can check out the other grants available. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and make sure to check out this video right here to protect your home address.